Kumul 23 is not the problem. Lawlessness is. Stop shielding armed men and blaming police. This must be stated clearly because the police in Kumul 23 are being unfairly blamed for violence that has been escalating for years. To those condemning police over the recent killings in Tsak Valley, Wapenamanda, and across Enga Province, this crisis did not begin with the police. It began long ago with unchecked violence, illegal firearms, and failures within our own communities and leadership. Papua New Guinea is exhausted. Enga is exhausted. Communities are worn down by recurring tribal fighting, hired gunmen, revenge attacks, and the destruction of public services, followed by blame placed on the state. The truth is unavoidable. Enga Province has become a conflict zone across all 5 districts. This did not happen overnight. It happened because repeated warnings were ignored. Kumul 23 did not emerge randomly. It was formed because conventional policing could no longer contain the spread of illegal, military-grade weapons and organized armed groups. When civilians possess rifles such as M16s, the issue moves beyond routine crime to a national security threat. The deployment of specialized units is a response to that reality, not an act of oppression. The operation in question was intelligence-led. Credible information indicated the presence of illegal factory-made firearms. Under PNG law, when police are fired upon, especially with military weapons, they are legally permitted to respond to neutralize the threat. In both locations, police encountered armed resistance and an officer was injured. The outcome is tragic, but the response was lawful. Claims that the area was peaceful do not withstand scrutiny. Peaceful communities do not store M16 rifles, loaded magazines, modified weapons, and military ammunition. The presence of such weapons created a battlefield before police arrived. Police did not target random households. They acted on identified armed suspects who fired first. While any civilian death is heartbreaking and deserving of sympathy, responsibility begins with those who introduced war-grade weapons into their communities and chose violence. Police did not create the danger. They responded to it. The ambush during police extraction further clarifies the situation. Trees were felled, power lines disabled, and sustained gunfire came from elevated positions. This level of coordination reflects organized armed resistance, not confusion or misunderstanding. Had police withdrawn without action, those same weapons would likely have been used again in future conflicts. PNG cannot continue on this path. The nation is tired of tribal wars, hired guns, and the damage to its global standing caused by lawlessness. Kumul 23 is carrying out its mandate, locating illegal firearms, disrupting armed groups, and preventing further loss of life. In Tsak Valley, officers followed intelligence, faced armed resistance, and acted within the law. If there are claims of unlawful conduct, PNG provides legal avenues to address them. It is a constitutional state. What cannot continue is the protection of armed men and illegal weapons, followed by outrage when law enforcement acts. The country seeks peace, normal lives, education, businesses, and progress. Peace cannot coexist with hidden military weapons. Innocence cannot be claimed while firing on police. Law and order cannot be demanded while rejecting the law when it is enforced. Condolences to the families who lost loved ones. Respect is also due to the officers who risked their lives performing the duty the nation has long demanded. Utoknamikam.